Welcome to Elks 101. Another episode of Elks Central, breaking this one down.
Reagan, touchdown Edmonton! Fajardo, Dunbar, back on top go the Elks!
Okay, welcome in Elks Central, April 10th. Declan, Eddie, and Rick. And I think we're going to be joined right off the hop here by a very special guest. Former North Point Eagle, former Navy midshipman, former Wake Forest Demon Deacon, former Detroit Lion, current and future Edmonton Elk, Chelen Garnes. Chelan, man, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
So my first, I want to get into kind of the beginnings of your career because I was, I fancy myself a pretty big college football fan, and that year you guys were in the ACC championship game against Pitt. That was obviously the year Kenny Pickett kind of had his breakout year, whatever. But going back even further than that, why Navy? Like, were you enlisted? Like, how did that work?
So, if you don't know, the Naval Academy is in Annapolis, Maryland. That's about 40 minutes from my house. And I was in ROTC or junior ROTC when I was in high school. I just got in there because it was an easy A. My best friend was doing it, and that was actually my first scholarship. They came to me my sophomore year in high school, and they was like, "Yeah, we want to offer you come to Naval Academy." I'm like, I don't have any family in the military, nothing like that, no military background. So I'm like, okay, like, that's cool. Like, they played D1 football, play on national TV. So I'm like, okay, like, that's just my first offer. And as things got rolling through high school, that was still one of my biggest offers. And I took it, and I was like, if I don't, end up, going professional, like a backup plan, like I always go to the military, I go straight in, and I would be an officer. So I won't technically be enlisted. But I would have to, if I stayed past my sophomore year, I would have had to sign a contract, and I had to serve the extra 2 years of the rest of my college and extra 5 years after that in the service. So once I knew that, and I was, my freshman year I had 2 picks, 2 interceptions, had a couple tackles, and freshmen normally don't play at the military academy. So I was blessed enough to be able to, stay away. And it's also during COVID when I transferred. It was just a crazy time in the world and everything. And sat down with my parents and everything, and I decided to transfer. And pursue my dream of playing, professional.
Yeah, so like I was gonna ask about you hitting the portal there before you went to Wake Forest. So it was that, like, if you had stayed past your sophomore year, you were gonna have to enlist, and you were like, nah,
Yes,
like, I'm
sir.
not. Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
nah.
So, yeah, no, I hear that. I hear that, man. Like, I don't know about you guys. I couldn't be doing that either. So what's the Army Navy game like? Because that's obviously, I mean, it's a standalone game on that day. Like, it's got the history behind it. Like, it's the #1 viewing experience in the country. What's it like to actually be a part of that?
Man, it was crazy. Like, freshman year playing that game, we played in actually Lincoln Financial Stadium field, the Eagle Stadium, and just going out there and see the crowd. Like, well, first of all, they take the buses. So the whole staff is going. So they take buses there like the night before. Oh no, the day of the game, early in the morning, and then they're all these midshipmen and then the Army people, what they call cadets. They go on these buses, yeah. And then they all go to the game. So you see everybody, we got the white top of the hats, and then just the crowd, man. It was just crazy going in the entrance, and then, the president was there. He did the coin toss, and just the atmosphere was just electric. Like, one of the best experience I ever had in college.
Chelan, what was some of the biggest differences between Navy and then Wake Forest culturally? Because I'm sure it's pretty disciplined and strict at Navy compared to Wake.
It is. But I'll tell you this, Wake Forest is known to be a prestigious school, so and they focus very heavily on academics. So it was the same kind of, I mean, obviously different because of freedom, there was no freedom in Navy. It was just a strict schedule every day. You had to follow it. It's very rigorous. It's like, you do this at this time, and practice at this time, and then you go to sleep at this time, wake up. It was crazy. You go to a regular college, more freedom, get explore.
Have a life a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But, Wake Forest was very strict in its own terms, compared to other, state schools and things like that, even though it was private. But, being in the Power 5, it was still, strict. And it was good to have the Navy background because it kept me, focused on a rigorous schedule compared to, people just coming fresh out of high school.
Yeah, like, so were you doing, like, Like, okay, let me ask it this way. Did you maybe feel a little bit of like, I don't want to say imposter syndrome, but were you kind of looking around like, man, like these motherfuckers taking it seriously, bro? I'm just trying to play football. Like, was there a little bit of that where you're like, I don't know if I really fit in here?
Yeah, it was a lot of that, especially during like the basic training, which was the first 4 to 6 weeks, where like no outside communication to the regular world. People banging your door at 4 in the morning, gotta make your bed. Come
Drill
out
sergeant.
yeah, playing loud music. Then you gotta get up, go do PT, run miles and push ups, and come back. You had to salute. You had to learn all these things and walk in a straight line and do drilling with rifles. But it was I would say that, I did have that kind of like, yeah, like y'all military training, y'all probably got military background, y'all taking this too serious. I'm just trying to here to play football. Like, but at the same time, it was fun just to get the experience, man. Like, it's all just about the experience for me. And the friends and the brotherhood that is there because you're going through such hard things, just made an ultimate connection between us, and it helped that progress to the football when we did Navy.
Did you find a lot of guys also hit the portal before their sophomore season coming out of Navy? Like, did you think it would be something similar to you? Like, it would be, a D1 offer that they're going to take, get some game tape out there, understand college football a little bit. But then after that freshman season or redshirt freshman season, they're like, all right, I'm going to go try and play at, what I'm going to go to Indiana, UT, like wherever it is. Was that kind of the thing?
Yes. A lot of people transfer in my class, but I think it was that because of COVID. Like, COVID really, like, we was locked down. Like, I know the outside world was locked down, but being at a military academy during COVID, like, it's even more locked down. Like, it was crazy. Like, I remember, like, my mother was calling me and she was talking about like there's no like toilet tissue on the racks and no paper towels and things like that. And I can't leave. I couldn't leave the base at the time. So it's like it was just hard for me to like see her go through the things. And I couldn't even help because I was stuck there. And it was like it just wasn't it. It just wasn't a good time. And a lot of people from my class, they end up transferring, going to other places. So yeah.
Chelan, I gotta ask because my sister lived in Alexandria for about 6-7 years, which is right in your neck of the woods, man.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite things when I would come and visit her was the seafood out there, man, and the crab. Are you a big seafood guy, being a Maryland guy?
Oh yeah, you know it, man. The blue crabs, that's what we're known for in Maryland. Any seafood, man. I feel like we got the best. I've been all up the East Coast, really. Rhode Island is a close second, but Maryland, man, we got the best crabs, lobster, anything you could think of, man. It's so good.
Yeah, he's not lying.
Yeah, I shout out Rhode Island. I know Rhode Island ain't getting a lot of shouts in the best state category, so silver medal's not bad for them. We will get to the Elks in a little. I just want to stick with the college career for a second because that I think it was the 21 season at Wake Forest, maybe it was 22, but you guys play Army again, and it was 70-56.
Yeah.
So what's it like? Like, first of all, tough one if you bet the under at 125.5. What's it like to be part of a 70-56 football game? And like, moreover, what's it like to be part of a 70-56 football game as a member of the defense?
It was didn't plan on that. Because military academies are not known for throwing the ball, triple option, under center, things like that.
Wing back offenses, things like that.
Yeah. So it was just a game plan thing. And unfortunately, I ended up getting hurt that game. Like, it was crazy, leading up to the game. I was so hyped. Like, like Army, like it's like I had double hate towards them. Like, I can't wait. I wore my Navy sock. I wore the white socks that they gave us at Navy that say Navy on them. I was like, yeah, like I'm ready to go. I ended up getting hurt that game, so I didn't finish the game. But man, like, it's all about preparation with those teams and staying disciplined. Like, that's why the games when they play like other military academies is so low, because one, they see the offense all the time, and two, it's all about discipline. Like, if that's your man in motion, you gotta stick with him. Like, they're gonna try. Like, the whole thing about them is they're trying to steal your eyes when you run like triple option. They're just trying to steal your eyes, and we didn't prepare well that week. And it was, obviously, like, we're not getting the look. We're not used to that. So the scout team wasn't used to that. And they was asking me, like, for the scout team, like, how should we run this? How should we run that? And I was trying to give them some pointers and everything. But, I play defense, so I couldn't, tell them everything. So it was a preparation, but it was crazy, just seeing that score. And I'm like, man, like 70 to 56 or whatever. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I never would have thought of that.
It's like a basketball score. And
Really.
why Wake Forest out of the portal?
So one of my closest friends, like my little brother, Kalen Carson, he was still in high school. And I jumped in the portal when I was at Navy. Um, and the coach came to visit him, and he actually took an official visit to Wake. And it was during COVID, so nobody really taking visits, couldn't see anything in person. So he actually called me on FaceTime during his official visit. So I got to see everything at Wake. I got to talk to the coaches, things like that. And I couldn't do that at the other schools. I had other offers, like I had Louisville. Still here?
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
Chelan. I think
okay.
you cut out
us?
for a second.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we have you, a few of us. Oh, might be breaking up a little bit.
Got us, Chelan?
We were just getting into it. We were starting to fly a little bit.
Louisville. Talking about colleges.
Yeah, shout out Louisville, Kentucky proud. Jack Harlow's hometown.
Didn't know that.
Yeah,
Fun
funny,
fact.
He loves to rep Louisville. But yeah, well, I mean, we'll see if we get Chelan back in a second. Until then, yeah, it's always crazy, man. Like the stories of some of these guys, and obviously the questions kind of build up to like what's the transition like in getting into the CFL, because it's something I've obviously only been able to watch from afar, and were U Sport CIS guy into the CFL. So yeah, it's nice to get these perspectives and
Totally.
just hear about kind of difference of cultures
Even
and
if you
stuff
knew
like
the
that.
league,
Yeah,
knew of the CFL.
yeah.
A lot of the time, it's not the case, but sometimes guys do.
We got you, Chelan.
Yeah, I'm back, man. I'm back.
All right, perfect. Sorry, yeah. So you were just talking about Louisville. That was the last thing you were on there before you cut out, I think.
Yep, Louisville. That was my offer. Louisville, Rutgers, Temple, Notre Dame, colleges like that. But colleges I never been to, didn't know anybody at. So Wake Forest, I knew somebody that was about to go there, and he was showing me everything. I was talking to the coaches on FaceTime, so it was just like. And then my little brother was going there, so I was like, I think this is God telling me like this is a sign, like I should go with them. And I also wanted to have good academics, because that's one of the reasons why I picked Navy. Like I wanted to do good academics. Like Navy was an engineering school, and then I ended up doing engineering at Wake Forest for a little bit. Then I switched to economics. That's what I got my degree in. So that's why Wake Forest.
Nice. I wanted to. It kind of clicked when you were just talking about the word discipline. When you were talking about Navy, where did you learn the mindset? I guess because you're a solid, disciplined player, man, on the field, a good tackler, someone who's responsible and who's gonna do their responsibility, and then go above and beyond. And then you're a Swiss Army knife. You can do multiple positions. At what point in your career did it kind of click, especially the physicality? Because as a former D tackle, and these guys are probably sick of hearing me say it, but whenever I see a DB out there supporting and tackling, man, there's nothing that gets me more hyped, because I know it's not easy, getting dirty and grimy like that and making a tackle. So at what point or where did you learn that and figure that out and add that element of discipline, I guess you could say, to your game?
I would say that I learned that my red shirts freshman year, because I had to go to prep school before I got to Navy, which prep school was in Newport, Rhode Island. That's why I shot out Rhode Island. So I was there for about 10 months before I actually went to the Naval Academy. And we was like actually on a base, which was crazy. That's a whole nother story. But that's where I learned there, like the gritty discipline, like, because coming into high school, like my freshman year of high school, I didn't play defense at all until high school. Like I always played offense. I always was, a pretty boy, want to score touchdowns, look cool.
Lights.
But high school, they tried me at corner, and I played corner until my sophomore year. And then I was really good my sophomore year, and I wasn't getting any like burn like my junior coming in, like starting my junior year, so they moved me to safety. And that's when I started playing safety, and I was like, I got a little, I had a little frame at safety, but I always, interceptions and anything. I wasn't really a big hitter in high school at all. But I don't know, in college, like just going through that experience, like, and then I started getting real bulky. Like, Navy, we was secluded on the base. We was just lifting, doing push-ups, we had the rusted weights, like almost like some jail stuff. So it was like, man, like it's just something that's clicked. And just being isolated like that just clicked. And I just wanted to start hitting people. I just wanted to start hitting people.
So, like those years at Wake Forest, some pretty good years. You guys, I think, get up to number 9 in the country one year, number 10 another. Obviously, big games with Clemson, the ACC championship game. You guys get a win in Florida State, and then back at your time in Navy, the Army Navy game. Like, how do you kind of compare or rank those big games and those big moments? And like, what was the biggest? How did they all kind of feel? How did they prepare you for the pro game?
Yeah, I would say that when I was at Wake, playing at Clemson homecoming and playing that Florida State game, probably two of the biggest games. And Notre Dame, like just the atmosphere and everything, like playing almost 100,000 people, like it was just crazy. And then being able to just tune everything out and lock in, like, and just being on the battlefield with your brothers, like that, it was nothing like it. It was nothing like it. And it prepared us for, prepare me for going to the pros, like, because it's all about the preparation with us, like, things we did during the week, during the off season, like just to getting us ready to be able to play in type of atmosphere like that. Because coming from Navy, like I mean, the biggest stadium we played in Navy, I believe it was Notre Dame. We played them one time, but Clemson, Florida State, Notre Dame again. Those is like
As
premier
big as it
college,
gets.
premier college stadium. So I think it's all just about the preparation and help me, further my playing career.
Yeah, so like with the pro game, obviously born in Maryland, like playing FBS ball, how much knowledge or familiarity did you have with the CFL?
None.
Hey.
Not a lot at all. But I will say this though. I went to Wake, and there was a cat that played about, I don't know how many years, but Amari Henderson, he went to Wake Forest. So that was like the first person I seen, go CFL after his NFL stint. And then I seen Miles Fox do it, he played on my team. He actually played while I was on Wake. So I'm like, okay, like I was learning about it, but I didn't really know much about it. And we had a couple of CFL scouts actually come to practices when the NFL scouts came. So, I wasn't really knowledgeable about it, but like I knew about it. I knew about it. And, I really didn't learn the game until I came up here, or like the offseason coming up here, but I'm glad I did because it's lit up here. I ain't gonna lie.
Speaking of learning the game, man, we talk about this one too all the time, Deck. How was it seeing that slot receiver with a waggle coming downhill at you full speed for the first time in camp?
Oof. I tell you this, I think one of my first reps was against Julian Grant, and he's a flyer. So it was crazy. It was something to get used to. I remember our coach was like, because he's from down south. He was from, I think, Washington, I believe. So he's from the States, and he was telling us like, like it's a little different. He played 10 years, so he was like, it's a little different up here. Yeah, AG. Shout out AG.
He was a teammate of mine.
Oh, okay, yeah. He was telling us like it's a little different up here. You're gonna be fast your first couple reps. Probably your whole first day, but he was like, once you see it a couple times, and it'll slow your brain down and you slow your feet down. Start being patient. But first couple of times, I was getting out of there so fast. They were just running comebacks and outs and just catching. I'm like, man, this is crazy.
Giving him a big cushion.
Yeah.
So what was the decision like the conversation with your agent, whatever it was, what was the decision like after the time in Detroit to be like, all right, like let's go make a run at this CFL thing?
Yeah. So it's actually crazy how this all worked out. I just learned this not too long ago because I actually switched agents after Detroit. But my first agent when I went to Detroit, deal with Detroit, didn't hear anything. But I changed my phone number right before I went to Detroit. Like after my pro day, I think I changed my phone number. And what's crazy is, so then fast forward, I got a new agent. I was talking to him. I missed the deadline for the UFL when I first signed with the agent. Like I missed the deadline by like a couple days. So I was supposed to go there. So he was like, your best option is either go CFL or you could wait to get to NFL minicamp. I'm like, I'm trying to play now. Like, come on, let's get it. So I was like, all right, we'll do CFL. Got me in there, talked to Edmonton and everything, new staff and everything. It was cool. And then fast forward that. So after this season, I was talking to Ed and everything and the whole staff because they came from Hamilton. And they said that they texted me. I I'm forgetting his name right now. I can't forgetting his name. But he showed me the text. He works in our staff. He showed me the text of them texting me to come to Hamilton right
No
after
way.
Detroit. So I'm like, I was waiting all these months,
No
thinking like
way.
nobody wanted me, and they told me to come up to Hamilton, and I didn't even see it. So I was just waiting. And I ended up firing my agent and got a new one, and then I went to Edmonton, and then it was crazy. It was like it's all worked out. Like it's crazy. Like you was supposed to be in
It
Hamilton,
got you.
but
Ed
it
knew.
all worked out. It's
You
so
got it.
crazy.
That's I'm hopefully that's what went wrong for me. I changed my phone number, mistest. But man, so like actually let me ask you this first, because I've talked to Cordell about this, because there's kind of like you, Kenny, and him. It's kind of a bit of a rotation between Sam, safety, and then half there. Which one? I know Cordell likes playing. He likes playing the Sam just because he likes being in different blitz packages there. Which one do you like playing the best?
That's a tough question. That's a tough question. I would say it really just depends. Like Sam, you can make a lot of plays, and it's like so versatile. Like you blitz, you're in the run fit, but you also could cover. You also could be in the post with our defense. But I kind of like free because you get to roam a lot. Like Sam, you gotta, you can't really roam because 9 times out of 10 you're in the fit. But free, you could roam around. You get some interceptions, get big hits over across the middle. So it's really between those two.
Interesting. Yeah, it's funny because I always try and like it's like a fun game we kind of play with ourselves, like working out the depth chart.
Yeah,
between
so
the
versatile.
because it's like 3 guys
put
who
him
can,
anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah. Then you also got Royce back there as well. Who started last season as safety. But yeah, so you talk about obviously like the waggle and AJ talking about it being something that was like this is gonna blow your mind and get ready. But just like the rest of it, like the size of the field, the hashes, 12 men, like. And another thing is like in American football, like you'll get a lot more of it'll be a lot more schematic. Like you'll bring in nickels and dimes and quarters, things like that.
Right.
In defense, it's really the personnel stays, and it's just responsibilities will shift a little bit. But like all in all, how much different or how much of a learning curve was it for you for the 3-down game?
I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't that hard. I would say with the field though, it was more the conditioning. Like conditioning, it was like all right, like. Even when you think you're conditioned, you're not. Like, could run the field, especially as a DB, it's crazy because, receivers could run around the field, but then get tagged out. DBs, we got to play the next play. We got to keep going for the whole drive. But, the 12-man and things like that, like the routes and stuff, the routes are a little different. But, Camp, like AG and the whole defense staff did a good job with us, man. A lot of young guys, and they did a good job with just teaching us. The older guys, Cordell, Royce, helping us, learn these things throughout camp. So when time came, yep. When time came, we were just ready.
The conditioning is real, man. It's real for any position, but you're right, DBs especially, and just in the 3-down game where things happen so fast. You're hearing punt alert so fast on the sideline after you get over there, man. And you probably played some specials too, so you have to be even in more shape. What are you doing in the off season in terms of conditioning? Not just your sprints for speed work, but to actually touch that deep lung burn.
Just a lot of 120s, running the field after a workout. 120s. Just running down the field, back and forth, 120 yards. I try to do those after every workout. So, like, even after a workout, either lifting or on the field, like, after I'm dead tired, we running. We running. And also, I try to run a lot of miles earlier in the off season, just to get the body back. But because one of my best friends, he runs a lot. Like he runs miles and miles and miles. So I try to run, like a mile and a half, up to 3 miles. Try to get that in before every workout as well.
Nice, good for you. Are you a guy that does gassers in season 2 here or there during the season?
Oh yeah. We do that as a DB unit. We do that collectively. We try to get 1 or 2 gassers, depending on the intensity of the practice, to make sure we're in shape, because that's really what it is. When it boils down, full quarter game on the line, it's not really the schematics and everything. It's really fatigue and to keep your mind sharp, during the situations and remembering the call, remembering the checks, tune out the noise and everything. When you get tired, all that stuff, tends to fall. But, staying in shape, being conditioned helps us.
So, like, obviously being the team's rookie of the year nominee, what did that kind of mean for you internally?
I mean, it was a blessing. It was a blessing. It was a lot of young guys and a lot of rookies that stepped up, throughout the season. So, to be named that, man, I was just blessed to, be in Edmonton, blessed by the coaching staff that voted me, that has seen my, growth and potential. Because I didn't start, immediately, in the season. Like, I worked my way up to it. I was playing special teams, and I think I started by the third game, and I had to keep that position. So, it was a lot of hard work, and sitting on the sidelines, before before Detroit or after Detroit, not knowing before now that I had an opportunity, but I didn't think I had any opportunity. So I had a chip on my shoulder, and to go out there and and win that award, I'm blessed.
Yeah, so like you signed the extension through 2027, and we talked to JJ about this, and he was really honest as well, because I think his extension's through 2027 as well. But he kind of made the point, like to Ed and to the rest of the staff, he was like, "Listen, like I'm trying to get back down south," and I think there is something to be said for that, especially for American guys. Do you kind of have like I know for me as a kid, like growing up, like I wanted to play in the CFL, like Eddie, us being Canadians was very similar, but obviously the money down south and just being an American, that's something that factors in. Like, are you kind of the mindset like, yeah, I'm trying to get back home, or are you like, I want to play the game, I like it here, I like Edmonton, I want to be here? Obviously there's going to be part of that no matter what, but is it kind of same thing, like similar, like end goal is to get back to the NFL?
I would say yes. It is, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's end all be all, and it's not my motivation. Because I do like, what I'm doing. I do like, being in CFL. Like, I'm blessed. I love Canada. Like, so
Shout out.
yeah, shout out Canada, man. So, I'm not pressed, or, I'm not gonna, put any added pressure to myself to, try to make it down south. But whatever happens, happens. It's not in my hands, it's in God's hands. So, whatever happens, happens. But I'm gonna play the game. I'll play the game regardless, wherever I'm at, 100% speed, physicality, and trying to win.
And if you play the game the right way, man, it'll be put out on tape, and people notice the tape. That's just the reality of it. And if it is meant to be, they'll get the opportunity. Will present itself, man. One thing that we ask everybody on the pod here, especially newcomers to the league, this is a two-parter. What was your welcome to the CFL moment in a game? And then as well, who gave you the hardest fits in terms of receiver that you had to cover? Who was the toughest matchup?
Yeah. So my welcome to the CFL was my first game. It was I can't think of his name. Number 10 from Winnipeg.
Dembski.
Dembski, yep.
Yeah, he's a lot of people's answers.
That's my guy.
So, leading up to the game, they talking about Dembski. I'm playing Sam. They was like, yeah, he like to run this route. I'm like, okay. He's not a burner. They say he's not a burner, but he could locate that ball and he gonna catch it. So I'm like, okay. So we get in the game, Winnipeg is live. It's live. That's probably one of the best stadiums this year, last year that I played in. Probably the best for sure. And we was in zero coverage, and he ran just a straight fly, and I was on it. It was strapped, and he like caught the ball like over my head, and like took it, and he scored a touchdown. And I like ended up falling. I couldn't believe he caught it, because I thought I hit it out, and I just looked up, like I was on the ground because I fell down, and I could hear the crowd roaring. I look up, and he just walking in the end zone, spinning the ball, doing his little dance, whatever. I'm like, man. I just got humble right there.
Does Dembski talk? Is he a talker? Does he talk junk?
Nah.
He's quiet, isn't he?
He quiet. I like to talk a lot. So I was trying to talk to him. I'm a rookie. I'm trying to get in his head. He just not saying nothing to me. I'm like, man, I can't even get to him.
Yeah, this is one of the ones you get back to the sideline, and like AG's like, next game, big dog, or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Were you surprised by the level of play in the CFL?
Yes and no. Because I knew that the CFL, doing my research and everything, that not a lot, but people from America who come to CFL either play Division I or they had a stint in the NFL. So I knew there was some ballers up there. But as Canadians go, I ain't really know much about him. You know, I'm not Canadian and everything, but one Canadian that I say that changed my perception on that is T Ford, our
Yeah.
corner. I was like, okay, he could ball.
Yeah.
I was like, he could ball, and he actually did a stint the NFL. He went to Green Bay.
Yeah, he had a
Yeah.
workout in the camp.
Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, he could ball. So I was like, that changed my perception a little bit, but you know, it's it's pretty, it's pretty equal. I'll say it's pretty equal. I give it that. I give it that.
Yeah.
It's funny too. The thing about Dembski's a Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
was saying.
saying. Like it's some players are just,
So some guys got
good.
it, man. Some guys got it.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
thing is there's good ball and bad ball in every league. And like there's ballers in every league. Passport aside, it doesn't matter, man.
Mhm.
Ballers all
For
around.
sure. For sure
Yeah.
that.
Just a few, and we really, really appreciate your time, man. But getting to like Edmonton, like actually like physically getting here and like being in Canada, what were kind of like some first impressions of the city? What was it kind of like to be here? Like, what was it a culture shock? Like, what was it for you?
It was different. I remember first getting off the airplane and like walking to the bus and like seeing like the flat, like it was like flat, like it's kind of like our Midwest down here. And I'm not from I'm from north, big buildings, cities, things like that. So I was like, okay, this is different. And then I actually
Airport's kind of in the middle of nowhere too, like
middle of nowhere. So I'm like, okay, this is different. And like seeing the pace of it, like it's slower than what I'm used to.
Oh yeah.
It's way slower, and I like that. Like it's like a good change of pace. I always tell people who ask me about Canada, like it's a good change of pace from where I live and where I'm from. It's real slow, things like that, and there's not much to do in Edmonton per se, depending on what you like to do. And I like it like that because it's like I can focus more on ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of distractions, to skew me. So
that's an all-time spin zone, man. It's like, yeah, there's nothing to do, but I'm gonna just focus on ball.
But I would say the food was good. The food is good though. Like it's more cleaner, more fresher. I don't eat seafood out there though, because I know Edmonton's not by any water.
Yeah, we're landlocked here, man.
Nothing's gonna touch Maryland seafood.
We no fresh water nearby.
Yeah, but everything else is good compared to a lot of American food. So I like it. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Where were you living this past season?
I live
downtown-ish?
right across the stadium.
Yeah.
Like I walk there every day. Like I forgot what the development is, either like
Edgewater, right over there.
Edgewater, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Right over
pretty
there.
Standard, pretty
there.
standard.
Yeah. I don't need a lot.
Was there someone who, when you came in, kind of like you guys immediately clicked? Like, this guy, he was going to show me about Canada. Like he's going to be like my best friend on the team type thing. Was there someone who like made the transition a little easier?
Like a Canadian guy or American?
No, just like anyone. Like maybe it's someone who'd been here for a while. Like maybe it's another American who's like, hey, like I've been in Canada for a minute. This is kind of what it's like. Maybe it is a Canadian, like whoever it was for you.
I'd probably say KJ or Cordell.
Yeah.
He took a lot of us under his wing, especially me and Kenny. He took us under the wing and showing us around, things like that. He took us out to eat, things like that, because he wasn't, getting paid when we first got, like, during camp, and he was getting paid because that was his second year. So he took us out to eat and stuff, and just showing us the ropes and everything. Like, he really took us under the wing. I appreciate him. Appreciate him for that.
Man, it looks nice out there. Sky looks blue. Let me guess, it's probably about 75-ish, right in there. Friday in Maryland. Yep. What are you going to do, man? What you got going on today?
What I'm going to do today? I actually got to go to Alexandria. I got to go to Alexandria to my friend's house, and we're going to a game night. My friend's hosting a game night at his house. So that's what we're about to do. We're about to have, some pizza, have some games, some fun games, hopefully. I don't know. It's our first one that he's thrown, so it's about to be fun.
Cool, man.
When do you get back here?
I'm coming back May 8th.
Okay.
May 8th.
So.
Yeah, less than a month, man.
Does camp start on the 10th, or is that rookie camp?
I think that's rookie camp.
Yeah, okay.
And then I think that's what 2 days. It's not a lot, and then we start.
Couple
So,
days later.
All right.
Yeah, like it's like a couple days later.
Mm.
I'm
All right,
excited.
man. I mean, yeah, this has been anything else for Chelan here? Anything
No,
you wanna
man.
end
Best
on?
of luck. I hope that the off season was good for you, and like just based off this conversation, it seems like you have a really good head on your shoulders, and that the Elks have a good one in you, man. So keep up the good work, bro.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. That was Chelen Garnes, Swiss Army Knife, Edmonton Elks Rookie of the Year nominee. Sam, half, safety,
Does it all.
baller. Yeah,
He is a baller.
that was
He is a
awesome.
baller.
Dude, I could have talked to him for an hour.
Oh,
I could have
yeah.
talked to him. I could have talked to him for an hour about the ACC, probably.
I was gonna say we could go on just asking so many questions about like day to day stuff, what you eat and
man,
how's
for
the lift
sure.
and how often you like anything we could pick his brain on.
For anyone listening, like, let us know. Obviously, we do have kind of a time constraint here. Like, we can't be doing it for 2 hours. We got other stuff we got to get to, and there is also kind of like, there's kind of like an underlying, we're not the presenting sponsor type deal. Like, we don't want to keep them. But let us know, like, if you want these interviews to extend a little bit. Sometimes, maybe it'll be hard for us, but like I could talk to him for an hour
Because you want to touch it all, and I know how much of a NCAA big head you are.
Yeah,
You love it, man. You love college ball. I was gonna say college hoops, but I mean, you love it all. You love
No
both.
doubt.
But it's
Dude, yeah, but I just want to ask him about like, hey, no Sonic up here. That sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
can't keep a guy forever, man. It's way slower pace though.
Yeah.
Edmonton compared to he's in the hub.
yeah.
Washington. He's like an hour out of Washington.
Yeah.
That is probably as busy as it could be on the East Coast. I guess New York, but
Yeah, and dude, but even like, even if it is like New York, Boston, Philly, like they're all close.
it's all
enough
right
that it's
there.
like,
They're all like
yeah.
2 hours apart. Yeah, it's Washington. Have you ever been out there?
I've never been out east.
Yeah, it's
Everywhere
different,
I've been
man.
has been like west-ish or like
Yeah.
kind of central, I guess.
been a few times. It's cool experience.
I
Different though.
I wanted to ask him if he was a Wizard fan. So I was
Uh,
going to be like Bams 83.
Probably not. Probably not. Probably not.
All right.
Not many loud and proud Wizard fans out there.
No, it's a tough team to get behind.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
Ooh.
That's pretty tough.
Rick, man, I always got to ask, like, is there anything we missed? Like anything you're sitting there thinking like, I can't believe these guys didn't ask that?
No, the only thing I really am curious about, because we always ask them like, hey, what did you know about the CFL when you went into it? Now that you have a better understanding in the off season, does that come up in conversation where one of your friends asks you, hey, like, what's it like? And then you sit there and tell them, hey, listen, it ain't what we thought it was a year ago. Like when you left, were you talking to your boy there and say, hey, I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but I'm going to go down there and do it, or go up there and do it. Sorry. Excuse me. But the year later, 2 years later, are you going back there and telling them, hey, listen, what we thought I was getting myself into, completely different.
That's typically the case. Yeah, it's usually the case. One thing I learned though in that interview is Edmonton sucks.
Yeah, apparently.
Man, there's so much to do here. I love Edmonton.
Yeah, I don't think
I wasn't about to start arguing, but man,
No, I
Edmonton's a
wasn't.
great place.
I wasn't gonna give it to him either. Dude, I think Edmonton gets a bad rap. I think Edmonton's
especially for CFL cities. So we got Regina. Speaks for itself.
No shade, but
No,
but I'll
speaks
hear
for.
it.
I lived there, played there. Winnipeg from there.
Yeah, same thing.
That was a step up from Regina, but
Come on.
Ottawa is a very cool
But
city,
it's
clean.
old and it's
but-
boring.
Well, there's not much there because it's all government.
Yeah,
But the college area is supposed to be
College
dope, right?
area is cool, but
Yeah.
I mean, when you're 29, you don't want to be living in the college area. You
No,
know,
no.
there's
Let me
other
get into
scenes
this-
you want to
let
be
me get
around.
into this frat party.
But the thing about Ottawa is because it's all government, the city shuts down at like 4:30.
Yeah,
Like it's a ghost town downtown. So Montreal, great. BC, great.
Yeah.
Toronto, great. Hamilton, Edmonton's better than Hamilton. So
For
Edmonton
sure.
is upper echelon.
I agree because even like Toronto and Vancouver, man, like it's so expensive out there just to like.
Stuff to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a ton, but yeah, it is expensive, man.
Yeah, it's like,
you're
dude,
not
like-
renting for less than 25 to 3K.
Yeah, like I know people who like go to like who moved out to Vancouver like pretty young, like 22, 23, whatever. And it's like, yeah, you're in a beautiful city. Like you can't do anything
Mhm.
ever, man. Like all your money goes to
Huge,
rent and
chunkier,
food.
yeah.
But that's what I
Huge
want to
chunk.
know is like, what does he want to do? Like we've talked to some other guys where like, hey, we're out fishing, we're out hunting. You can do that on your off time, right? So obviously that's not part of his game because he would have brought it up. If you're coming from a bigger city, what exactly is it that you want to go do? He didn't bring up golf, so that's probably not a thing for him.
Yeah.
What is it about a bigger city that what do we lack?
And The thing is, to CFL, that's in the summer. Edmonton is a showcase in the summer.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
there's not many cities in the world that are like Edmonton in terms of the River Valley and,
Yeah.
what you have around the scenery. That a city is built into a forest like this. It's pretty unique, man.
Dude, speaking of that, bit of a sidebar. We'll get back to talking about Chelan and football in a second, but I've been getting mad, like nervous lately on runs that I'm just going to run into like a cougar that's like followed the river up. into
4-legged or
Edmonton.
2-legged?
But you don't.
Four-legged.
You come from that gated
you run
community, so I
outside?
wasn't sure.
Pardon?
You run outside
Yeah.
in the
Well, now-
summers?
in the summers for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
for
you
sure.
just tread 24/7.
No, I'll do tread in the winters, obviously. 'cause you can't
Okay.
get out there.
Okay.
But,
So you
the-
hit the outdoors.
but I've started working. I don't know why. Just like that was crazy. I've started because I've started running outside a little bit more with the weather getting nicer now. But it's like this is the first. It's kind of been gradually building as I'm getting older. This is the first time where I'm really like, man, this is like killing my knees. And like the
Mm.
tread, you don't get it as much. It's kind of the
Mhm.
soft
Are
landing.
you running on concrete?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
Dak.
you can heel to toe it on the tread, and you just like,
Yeah,
pop
for
out.
sure.
Like you're supposed to heel to toe it as you run, which is like not many people do because it's kind of an unfamiliar movement that you got to work on.
Mhm.
But even still on the concrete, like it's just so uneven, and you come down kind of hard.
Ooh, it's unforgiving.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
It's
man.
just every shock goes right up through the knees to the hips.
But there is just like running outside is.
What about on grass? Can you do that? Like on the
hate it.
boulevard?
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate running on grass.
Mm.
Like it's just.
It's a little heavier.
It's and I'm trying to like fly. Like I don't. Yeah, it's
I
just
feel
too
you.
slow.
No, I
don't
get
know.
it. I feel you.
But yeah, shout out to Edmonton, man. Edmonton gets a bad rap. We should have asked them. That's a great show, Rick. We should have been like, so what do you want to do? What do you do? Because
Because there is a club scene too.
Yeah, for sure.
Like there's nightlife and there's restaurants.
Yeah, we get
Is
the-
there nightlife here,
I
Rick?
was gonna say there's. I have to go back and check, but I'd say there's an 85% chance I've met him already.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask, does he come through the pint? But
Great wing scene at the pint.
oh yeah, the best.
And we
Man,
get.
I
I mean,
gotta
we've been getting them for.
I need wings.
We've been getting for years. now.
Wednesday is the best day, huh?
Yeah, like I
don't
remember
allow
Terry
kids, do
Joseph
you?
coming in.
You allow kids in there? Like if I brought my 9-year-old son?
Unfortunately, we're 18 and up all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought you guys were. It was like 18 plus after 4 p.m. or something.
No,
like that.
no. Some bars have done that. We've always just said, you know what?
Your location or the pint?
I think White Ave might allow younger sometimes, but I think they may have to go get their own specific license per time they want
Yeah.
to do that. But no, for the most part, we just do.
Because I thought like the one on 97th was like no minors after 4 p.m. But that's also like who's going to the like 97? Who's taking the kid to 97th?
Let me just get back to these wings for a second.
All right.
Dak. Let me get back to the because I forgot Rick's
Yeah.
over there. What is it on Wednesday for a pound?
We're up to $8 now, so it's half
Okay.
price.
And if I got a bunch, am I able to take us some home?
Yeah, we used
Back
to
in
be,
the day, that
we
was-
used to be pretty tight on that before. Nowadays we're
Like
a lot
if I
more
went
loose.
knowing myself, I'm only gonna eat 2, but I ordered 5. I can take 3
Yeah,
to go.
you're
You
not-
guys
yeah,
are cool
it's-
about that?
Yeah, we're at a point now where you need the business, so yeah, I'm not gonna turn my nose up to that.
Cool. Just
You can pay
wondering.
for them. It's got to be cool, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but
that's-
usually in the past they
It's a
wanted
little-
you
if
to
you want to
chow
do
at
it's
the
an in-house
establishment.
special, right? So the
Yeah.
whole point of it, because we're not making a penny off these stupid
No,
things.
no.
Yeah.
You want them to come in and then buy a couple of beer. I mean, when it
Yeah.
comes to the boys, they're it's usually what I see from them is an order plus an order of fries and a
Yeah.
ketchup, and then what do they do? They do this. The strawberry lemonade is massive for the
yeah,
boys.
they love juice.
Massive.
Really?
Love
Yeah,
juice.
dude. That's a
They
big
love juice.
American thing.
Yeah,
It's
Americans love
juice.
juice.
Yeah.
So we've had to find a way to concoct a quick fucking
Yeah.
quick one for
That
them.
makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, just wondering, man, about
Yeah.
that because
And we should be getting that.
Due.
I'll have to look into it, but
I'm
we
due
should be
for
getting
some
that rookie party again.
Oh,
here,
for sure.
in a month or so.
Yeah,
You a
gotta be
Cardinal?
coming up. Pardon?
Yeah.
I was, dude. I
Once
was
a cardinal,
lost.
always a cardinal.
I remember
That's
you guys. I was like sitting here. What? I had no idea, bro. I was like, I want to be a cardinal.
I had no idea it was a league wide thing. And in
Yeah.
fact, I was talking to a buddy that played on the squad, and he had no idea either.
Yeah, it's
Man, it
League-wide
wasn't in
thing.
like that. Whew.
old boys club.
I want to toss this one to you guys really quickly. When we're talking about some of kind of the big name defensive players, like I think you got Tyrell, absolute baller, man. You got Nick. I know he's coming off an injury, but he was also Rookie of the Year nominee. And I'll tell say what you want about him or about that, but he flies around, he tackles everything. I remember last season when we were carving up the defense, we were leaving Nick and Niles out, and
we
rightfully
would,
so.
early
'cause
in the
they
year.
were tackling everything.
man.
So Tyrell, Nick, KJ because of the season he had, Chelan, and I got to throw JJ Ross in there just because I think, dude, I really think, and maybe I'm not saying I'm a football expert or anything, but I think I do probably understand kind of some of the intricacies of the defensive back group maybe better than some people. And so just like watching what he does is like, I just think it's really special with his size and his ability to play the ball, all
He's
that.
going to be close to lockdown this season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're going to have 2 lockdown core. But my point being is of those 5, if we're thinking early preliminary Elks Defensive Player of the Year nominee, who are we looking at? And listen, it might end up being like Malik Carney if he gets 11, 12 sacks or something like that. It might be Robbie Smith if he bounces back with 10 sacks and 16 TFLs. Like, who knows what's going to happen. But if I'm just throwing those 5 out at you, how are you ranking them 1 to 5 for Defensive Player of the Year possibility?
Tough for the corners. So JJ and Tyrell.
It is tough.
Even with big numbers.
I think it's tough. I think it's tougher for them to win league wide, but
Yeah.
I think it's a little easier for them to
Team.
get team
Yep.
nominees because
That's valid.
Yeah.
Good point, Deck. The low hanging fruit is to say Nick if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
But KJ, man, he can
He does it all.
pad those stats, right? He can do it all. And if you can stuff the stat sheet with, 5 sacks, 4 picks, 80 tackles,
force fumble.
exactly,
Yeah.
maybe a touchdown here or there. That's how I envision KJ rolling out. So that's probably going to be how it gets it done. I don't think there's going to be, even looking at Chelan's stats from last year and Tyrell's from when we interviewed him, JJ from when we interviewed him, these guys all had big tackling numbers.
Yep.
So it's not like there's going to be one guy out there who's going to stand above and beyond and have like 150 tackles and then the rest. I think it's all going to be a collective effort of a bunch of guys with 60, 70 tackles.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I could see Joel getting up to like 115.
Joel, yeah, he could
120.
be that high guy. He could be the high measure.
It'll for him, like the thing with Joel is it could be like 40 solo, 80 assists just because he loves being
Just
in
to
there.
be
Like,
around
he
the ball.
just, he just loves getting in.
That's
on the
what you
play.
need, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything else we want to touch on, end on? I know
No,
we've
man. That was a good
gone
one
about
today.
45 minutes or so. But yeah, I love talking to him. I
Good
thought that
one today.
was great. He was awesome, dude. We got to get OJ back on so you can have a chance to talk to him. He was like favorite interview so far. Like
Yeah, he was, huh?
Yeah, he was the best, man. I just love talking ball. Like
As the
cool guy.
season looms too, we got to get some coaches on
Yeah, we absolutely
in person. Got to get Killam on
On
for
it, yeah.
sure because he'll be busy once season's
Yeah.
going. No shot.
Yeah, this is gonna be like the last chance, really. Last couple weeks to
Yeah.
get Killam on here. So yeah, we would. I'd love to get him in studio too.
For sure, live.
Plead
Should be down.
to get a job on the coaching staff.
Just bring that play, man. Wing
I'm-
right, IT left, backspin.
I'm gonna act it out in front of him. He's gonna be forced to watch. He's gonna be forced to
Rick
watch
will be
me.
the center.
Yeah, we'll get you some space. We'll move some tables out in the room over here.
Yeah, well, Rick's because it's one of the 2 QB sets, so Rick's gonna have to be Cole or something. Play would have worked a lot better with Trey, but is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Anything else? Any lasting final notes?
This was a good one today.
No, this was dope. Yeah, shout out Chelan, man. We really appreciate it. Shout out Mike for getting us Chelan. I texted him late too, kind of slipped my mind a little bit, so appreciate that.
Mhm.
But yeah, this was awesome. Like, subscribe, download the podcast, all that good stuff, and back on Monday. Love you guys.